I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes still. Growing up, I was very confused about myself and my body. There's stuff that I just don't remember very well. I do remember certain aspects of my life, like certain preferences that I was expressing to my parents growing up, that I liked basically being a girl. And it was always shut down, or it was basically gaslit, and from a very young age. And I really don't blame my parents. I think they did the best they could with what they had, and I don't want to bash them in a YouTube video because that's ungrateful, to be honest, and I am not. I am very grateful. I'm very grateful for my life, and I'm very grateful that I'm clueless about life at the moment. So let's get started. Let's talk about my first puberty, right? I went to doctors to check on my genitals because there was just something that it didn't feel right. When I was 15, I grew breasts, which is something that's uncommon, but there is a name for it in Spanish that I don't know how to pronounce in English. Yeah, that name. So I grew up at 15 years old with a very, very, very female voice. Still haven't developed yet, and I got very bullied in high school for it, with classmates, with people that I consider my friends. I got bullied a lot, and it's something that I just thought and felt strange to be a boy and have breasts. Like, not like actual breasts like I have right now. Oh, I did have a mass, and my nipples were swollen, and it was something that I want to keep very PG-13, but basically I grew breasts a little bit, and it was very sensible. I even hid it with tapes so that the urola wouldn't show up as much, and it's something that like gives me a little bit of PTSD just even talking about it. So let's just jump right into having a surgery to get that shit removed, because socially I thought I was a boy, even though I expressed from a very young age that I liked girly things and I felt very feminine. But every time I expressed many movements, spiritually navigated myself as a girl, it was always shut down. And at school, I wasn't allowed to wear chapstick. Like mental stuff, physical stuff that I just felt like it wasn't aligned. Never felt truly aligned. So my first puberty was very hard, not to lie, but it was hard many times. Many times. It was very hard, and it was confusing, to be honest, because what the fuck? Subconsciously I just didn't express that, but now I feel blessed that I can. And it wasn't until I was 21, after moving to LA, that I discovered that I was trans through classmates, through friends, and it was something that was very challenging for me at the time. I recommend watching my English videos because they're very good and I like them so much. But I was navigating through difficulties at the time in my living situation and stuff like that. And one day I shaved my legs, and it felt so liberating. And having my hair long, I already had my hair long at the time, and wearing women's clothes, it was just something that I started doing early on in my transition without taking hormones, just socially experimenting privately in the closet, outside the closet. I picked up the name Sasha through a friend, because my best friend at the time was Masha, so he said, "Hey, why aren't you Sasha too?" And I'm like, that's a girl's name. And it just felt like it was my name. And so I have picked that name because of that, and it's something that I still stand by it, and I love the name Sasha. And I met Sasha, another Sasha here in Barcelona, and it just clicks and it's great. So it was just something that I felt like was needed for me to explore myself in a way. The initiation of my second puberty started as soon as my first puberty ended, at 21. So it was going from point A to point B at a time where it felt like I needed to pause, be a human being at the end of the day, no matter what gender you are. But for me, it's like I needed to know my sense of style. I needed to focus on what I liked, what I don't like, what kind of voice I liked. Like I was a 14-year-old girl again. So it was like going back in time, hormonal wise, spiritually wise, in many ways, physical, socially. I, however, have had many social experiences with boys and stuff like that where I felt a type of energy involved where I didn't know how to handle it, and I got very triggered, and I'm going off topic. So the reason I'm making this video today is because so much noise. I mean, I look really good. I feel at peace with that physical aspect of myself, but socially wise, having puberty and being in Barcelona, moving to Barcelona and meeting many great friends that I met back in the day of high school as a boy, it was something that I felt so fucking, I mean, my expression just says it all. Grateful. And met people from all over the world, and I was just shown a different side of a life that I was living culture-wise and social-wise. And I've been navigating my makeup, for example, something that I'm very happy about. Doing my makeup again, and especially eyeshadow is just something that I'm super happy about. I'm super happy about, and to be blessed with the experience, because when I was initiating my transition, I started doing my makeup watching Nikki tutorials, which is a trans woman too, and watching other people doing their makeup. And I practiced with my roommate's makeup at the time, Valentina, and she left me borrow clothes, and she helped me too in LA at the time where I wasn't taking hormones, So it was just something that like I started navigating with the hope that one day I can finally feel complete. Puberty ends. It always ends, believe it or not. And one day at a time, I'm starting to realize that having a second puberty is a blessing. It is not a curse. I thought it was a curse because I blamed the universe for making me this way. I blamed the universe for punishing me in a body that didn't feel like it was mine, and going through experiences that felt like I didn't deserve to be that. I didn't deserve to be treated that way. So actually seeing that and having those wounds, it's like they turn into scars. It's a reminder of how much stronger you can be by simply just believing that things will be okay at the end. I learned my lesson through puberty, because I think puberty is sort of like a lesson where you're like, oh, my body's doing that. Oh, my body is like this now. My body, oh. And as a trans woman, having a body and having surgeries too, is like, you put up expectations that you will be okay when you have the surgeries. But I feel like the most important aspect of being a trans woman and transitioning is being okay inside first. It's totally normal to be a little bit obsessed with yourself, but I think it's important also to recognize that there's a balance between the yin and the yang, and navigating that is something that I find super grateful to have had the experience of moving 6 times in 1 year, because I've had. And it just puts things into perspective. And I wanted to end this video by saying thank you for watching, and I haven't had a chance to come back like this feeling good about myself, feeling good about my hair and my body in 2 years pretty much. So coming back and having you see this video and watch it and like it and comment and subscribe means the world to me. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.